Hey guys, so we are going to talk a bit about a family who is deciding to leave Iowa because Iowa has common sense. Iowa passed a law banning trans um, privileges, I guess you could say. So there was recently a bill passed stating that if you were a male, you had to use the boys' bathroom, and if you were a female, you had to use the bathroom for females. And so this family didn't really like that. Okay. Um, in West Des Moines, Iowa, a family is planning to move out of Iowa because of two transgender laws, actually. 13-year-old Lily Carreri transitioned from male to female last year because you can just do that these days. You can just pick if you want to be a man or a woman these days and like actually be one or the other completely, fully, with all the affinities. One bill signed into law by Governor Kim Reynolds requires school children to use the bathroom of the gender listed on their birth certificate. How about that? Something we've been doing for thousands of years. Lily now uses the bathroom in the nurse's office instead of the boys' bathroom because Lily doesn't want to use the boys' bathroom anymore. Lily wants to use the girls' bathroom. All right. It's really just frustrating, Lily says, that this is happening, that I'm being targeted. Poor Lily. I'm so sorry, Lily, that you're kind of constrained to the norms of, nature. Another new law bans gender transition procedures for anyone under 18 years of age, so including puberty blockers. And Lily uses these every 3 months. So Lily is taking advantage of technology to become something she is not. And now she's frustrated that the law is protecting kids from consenting to something that could change them from their natural state of being. Okay, so I want to know why all of a sudden kids have the ability to consent to something this permanent. Okay, we don't allow kids to consent to using alcohol or smoking cigarettes. We don't allow kids to consent to watching PG-7, PG-13, PG-17 movies, rated R movies. If you take your child to a rated R movie, okay, they will escort you out. There are laws in place to protect children, even despite what the parent wants. There are laws put in place that supersede the parent's authority in certain cases. They just don't allow the child to do X, Y, or Z. What I want to know is that children who cannot drink on their own, who cannot smoke on their own, who cannot drive on their own, who cannot get their ears pierced on their own, who cannot vote on their own, who cannot get a passport on their own, who cannot get a lottery ticket on their own, who cannot watch certain movies on their own, who cannot get a library card on their own, why all of a sudden are they allowed to consent to getting their breasts and genitals removed? Why all of a sudden are they allowed to consent to this? Where did that come from? How all of a sudden can kids consent to these things, but they can't consent to things that are far less invasive? That doesn't make any sense at all, okay? We should not be asking this parent why they want to leave Iowa. What we should be asking this parent is why they are complicit in perpetuating insanity and child abuse, even on their own child. That's what we should be asking this parent. We should be asking this parent, why aren't they thanking Iowa for protecting children, vulnerable children who cannot consent, whom science is now proving that this particular trend targets young girls? How do you know if your child is being a victim of a fad? Okay. And Lily obviously isn't a girl. Lily's a boy, but still the boys could be in some way, shape, or form also falling prey to this fad, because it is a fad, because it came out of thin air, and all of a sudden now every single teenager and their sister wants to be whatever there is, whatever they are not. That's what they want to be, whatever they are not. They don't want to be themselves, they want to be something they are not. And we're seeing this become a mini strife in the country. Every state is having to take a stance on whether it's okay for kids to keep their genitals. That's ludicrous. That should not be a conversation that we're having. There should be no TLC covering jazz. That should not be a thing. I cannot believe we're even talking about this. I was hoping this was going to go away. It has not gone away. And the other thing that hasn't gone away is this nonsense about pronouns. If you are born a woman, you are a woman. If you are born a man, you are a man. You cannot just flip a switch, take a drug, cut off something, and become the other thing. That's the reality. And every single state that's having to make a decision on where they stand on this, they need to lean on reality. Because if you're gender dysphoric, if you are a victim of a dysphoria, you should not have to force a dysphoria on everybody else. That's insane. Okay? And if you're dysphoric on any other thing, like if you're anorexic, you're dysphoric about the image of the way your body looks as opposed to how fat it is, we're inclined to help you see reality. I don't know why we're not inclined to help these parents see reality with their children. But I digress. Iowa, thank you for protecting children. And for all the other states that have passed legislation protecting children, thank you. I hope this is a trend that continues. And I hope these poor kids under the guidance of these crazy parents get some real help before it's too late.